Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Wingman Wisdom. Today, I thought I would respond to several emails that I get. And the reason I'm responding with this video is that a lot of the emails I get, they kind of go into different categories. And rather than me just send one email reply, I'm hopeful that one of the things that I say in one of the responses might resonate well with you. So, welcome to Wingman Wisdom. I am the RV Wingman, Alan Warren. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, I invite you to do so. Former campground owner, lifelong RVing and camping enthusiast, and lover of the great outdoors. And here on Wingman Wisdom, I share stories. I give some advice. I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be one, but I try to give some sage advice from my many years of living. And lots of those years were struggling. In fact, I still continue to struggle. So anyway, welcome to Wingman Wisdom. My contact information, as our regular viewers know, is down below in the description. And I really do read every comment that you make here on YouTube. I read every email that comes in and respond to as many as I possibly can. So if you have a situation, if you have a story, if you have, if you need an ear, I guess, you can contact me. Click the word more in the description below, and I will do my very best to either get back to you, maybe do a video on your situation. As you will see, I will never, ever, ever embarrass you. I will never betray our trust, and I will always redact any of your information so people won't be able to personally identify you. So let's jump over right now. The first one I want to talk about is about theft. It's about when you take your RV to the dealership and you leave it in a certain condition, you come back when the repairs are done and something's been stolen. What do you do? Well, that happened to a fellow named Chris. Let's jump over here, and then I'm going to, give you my 2 cents worth. Chris said that on December 6th, I took the RV to the dealership to repair a couple of things. December 21st, so what would that be? 3 weeks later, got it back home. Noticed my mobile hotspot device and a small bag of coin change was missing. Some other weird little things out of place. Mind you, it's literally 2 miles down the road, so traveling couldn't possibly have caused it. I spoke with the manager to investigate. He called me back saying he'd watched the videos, questioned employees, and looked around the shop saying it must have just bounced out of the entertainment center and it's somewhere in your RV. So pretty much blew me off. Okay. Here is the truth, Chris, and I'm going to continue reading and give you some more thoughts here. But the truth is that the manager, who knows? He may be lying to you. I don't think so. Managers, owners especially, they want to find out. They want to find and rat out the thieves that are in their employment. They do. It's impossible to find every thief. A man that, one of my mentors, I guess, I learned a lot from. I didn't respect a lot of things he did, but he did tell me that almost every employee you have is going to steal from you. I'm thinking that is so bad of advice. I mean, it's such a bad, negative, sour outlook. But what he meant by that is some people are going to steal a tire from you if they can steal a tire. Some will steal money, like out of your RV. Some will steal, and most will steal something, that 4-letter word, T-I-M-E. They will steal time from you. As an employee, they will waste time and steal that from you. So as an employer, we're always looking out for people that are stealing from us. That's just a fact. There's no way, I don't think, unless this guy was in on, hey, the manager goes, let's go steal that change purse and that hotspot. There's no way that the manager knew about that, and there's no way a thief is going to confess that. So you as the customer are going, what do I do? I think that's what you're probably doing. Does that ever happen? Ever happen to you? You ever taken something to a dealership, dropped it off, and it just disappeared? It goes on. It says, 2 nights ago, I got an email from that my SIM card that was on the device had been switched. I called Verizon. They knew I had already suspended the account, but they would block the device so that it wouldn't work with any new service. Oh, and said that the device couldn't be tracked. I really wanted to catch the person. That proved it wasn't lost, but stolen while in their shop. So yesterday I called for the same manager, but spoke with my salesman, who's just a super guy. I don't know if he meant saying he's just a super guy or he's just a super guy. That's what's hard about reading emails and text messages is the inflection. But who is just a super guy. I haven't heard back. Who do you think I should do? I think he means, what do you think I should do? Love your vids, Chris. Well, Chris, I am sorry for your situation, and you're not going to like my answer. Why did you leave stuff that could be taken in your RV at the service center? Why would you do that? The lesson to be learned. What should you do? You should learn from this lesson. How many times have you taken your car to the car wash and you maybe have some money or something in your little armrest there that is valuable and it just disappears? There's a big sign there at most car washes that says, hey, we're not responsible for things that are lost or misplaced or stolen. There's a reason for that because those businesses know that people steal. So the biggest takeaway, I'm not trying to yell at you, Chris, because it's happened to all of us. It really has. I think that two things. You should be fortunate that it was limited to a hot spot and a little bit of change because it could have been a whole lot more than that. The second thing is the takeaway. You need to hopefully learn from this and go, I will never, ever, not just at some RV dealer, but a car dealer, a valet parking, the oil change shop. Don't leave stuff in your vehicle that a thief will go, hoo-hoo. When there's an opportunity and you've got the thief mindset, they will take it. All right, this next one I want to talk with you about. This one, by the way, before we get into it, this one has to do with pushy salesmen. I hate pushy salespeople. I don't know about you, but I just can't stand it. It's like smelling something that's repulsive to me. Now, a lot of people aren't like that. Maybe I'm hypersensitive, and I probably am, but I hate pushy salespeople. So if you hate pushy salespeople, let me share this experience from somebody that wrote to me when he was up in Philadelphia about what happened at an RV dealership. And I'm going to give you my take on it. Again, my contact information is below. You want to send me an email like these folks have. I promise I will not embarrass you. I will protect your anonymity. And as you see, look over here, you'll see that I redacted Roy's information. So Roy says that we were visiting the Philly area at Christmas. There was an RV dealer nearby that had a lot stuffed with Sprinters, other small Class Cs and B plus units. With your admonishment in mind to be very careful about visiting a dealer, I looked at their website, suggested we go take a look, told my wife I wasn't sure that this would be productive, but it would be a good start to do some research. Our younger son, gainfully employed aerospace engineer, and his fiance joined us. We rode in their rental car that happened to have Florida plates. This was the morning of December 27th. There were 0 to no other customers. Think about that. How busy do you think RV dealerships were between Christmas and New Year's? I can see what Roy's saying. They had nobody there, essentially nobody there. And so you walk in, you're in a car that you're from, I guess, Philadelphia, but you're driving a car. You're in a car that's got Florida plates on it. What do you think the salesman is going to think? A pushy salesman. What is a pushy salesman going to do? Well, let's take a look. It says, a youngish salesman came out to meet us. The conversation started with the usual chit-chat. I told him basically what I outlined above in our interests. He seemed confused and concerned about the Florida plates and where we were from. He asked about RV ownership, etc. I told him we wanted to see a couple of units, possibly one of the Sprinters, maybe a small Class C. He wanted to ask a lot of questions about what our primary uses that we're going to be using it for. He started asking more and more probing questions, questioning how much we would be going back and forth, etc. Where my sons lived, he said that there were a lot of options and he had to help me figure out what my, quote, use cases were going to be in order to fit the many options. Does that sound familiar? It sounds familiar to me. Too many people had this experience. It says he drug us inside and tried to get us to sit down inside his cube as he asked more and more probing questions about retirement, what we had done for a living, etc. Has that happened to you? Let me know. It's happened to me many times. And I tell them when they're getting ready to lead me into that cube or when they're asking all these leading questions, I'm not that guy. I know what I want. At least I think I know what I want. And I know what I don't want. I don't want to feel that pressure from somebody that's obviously a commissioned salesperson. Now, here's the problem. If you want help as an RV purchaser, they need to know some of this information. They do. Are you going to be full-time, part-time, traveling a lot, not traveling a lot? You have your grandkids with you, you and your wife going by yourself. They got to ask those questions. If they don't ask those questions, they can go, well, there's the RVs out there. I mean, that's not very good. That's not very helpful. So there's kind of a give and take, a sweet spot, if you will, with people. Unfortunately, too many people feel that pressure from an overzealous salesperson who is desperate to make that sale. Let's finish this up. I'm going to give you a suggestion on something to watch because I got a little video clip that I'm going to put the link to below. I want you to watch it and think about it, because I think that that's the way some of these car dealers, some of these RV dealers do what they do in their back room. Roy continues. He says, at this point, my Scottish temper blew. I lost my you-know-what with him. Told him I didn't need him to figure out my use cases. My wife and I were software IT developers, project managers. We could write the book on use cases and other user stories. I just wanted to have my wife see some possibilities, and that we were leaving. I did this in front of my future daughter-in-law, who got an untimely lesson in how her future father-in-law could blow. I later apologized to her and my wife and kids. So what does one have to put up with an RV salesman, Roy? Roy, that's what we have to deal with in life. I wish I could tell you that there was another way to buy an RV. And I can't tell you, but they all have to ask questions. They can't read your mind. And a lot of times you don't really know what is available. I'll give you an example. In this video clip that I'm going to put the link to below, you'll be able to see it's a scene. Obviously, it is a movie. But picture a garden, and there's butterflies out there. And you love butterflies. You want to catch butterflies. Why? Why do you want to catch them? Well, get a butterfly net. Hey, that's what you want, right? And so that's what these salespeople are doing. They're like trying to catch you over here, 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 here. What happens when they get that butterfly in the net? It can damage their wings. They're not the same. You can let it go, and but most of the time it hurts them. If you love butterflies, if you love customers, you won't use a net on them. Yes, you have to ask questions, but picture this. What if you had a garden that you love butterflies so much that you made a nice garden that would attract them? Then you don't have to catch them. You can just sit there and watch them because they're coming to you. The RV dealers that I work with are more like the latter. They're more like the people that plant a garden. They'll ask some questions, hopefully not too probing of questions, just enough to help you, and they provide that warm welcome so you will not feel the pressure that Roy, you felt. So, that's my analogy, if you will. I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you think that people are too pushy? Or do you think sometimes we need that nudge? I can see both sides of that. Lastly, many people today are considering buying a used RV, except they want one that's not going to break down much. They don't want a whole lot of maintenance. And I've got an email from a lady over here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Come on, Wingman. There it is. Joyce emailed me. And Joyce has got an interesting situation. Let's look at the email. It says, I love your YouTube messages. I'm a licensed real estate broker in New York. I've sold 60 plus mobile home parks in the last 22 years. Switching to campgrounds now due to rent controls, blah, blah, blah. What do you think about the used reconditioned Cruise America units? I'm currently looking for one. 2016 to 2018, before COVID and the quality control issues, like the warranties being offered and the 24/7 helpline and the Ford engine, easy to fix in 5 parts. Hope to put a mobile real estate office on the road soon. We'll concentrate on New York State. Keep doing what you're doing. We think alike. Okay. I don't know for sure, and I don't get paid by Cruise America, and even if I did, I still don't know for sure, but my supposition is that the units Cruise America has are as trouble-free, bulletproof, if you will, RVs as you'll see on the road. In terms of coaches, no slide outs, very basic, like a tank. Why? Because they get used a lot by people that have no clue how to drive or use an RV. So they have been pretty well taken care of. There's another company out there called, what is it? Great Alaskan Holidays. I met the guy that owned the place a few years ago. And Great Alaskan Holidays is, they do what Cruise America does, except only up in Alaska. You fly into Alaska, you rent this Class C, and you drive it around. Well, how do they get those RVs to Alaska? So every couple of years when they rotate their inventory, they will let you, if you're a qualified person, drive that RV, drive a brand new RV all the way up to Alaska for free. They're not going to pay you, but for free. You get the experience of driving one of those things. You take it up there. Anyway, I digress. I will tell you that Joyce, yes, the warranties seem good, but again, I'm not a lawyer. The 24/7 helpline is great. And the Ford engine is an easy fix. However, you're going to use this as a real estate office, a mobile real estate office. check on if the warranty is going to be even valid. If you're doing business inside of your RV, whether you're Joyce buying a Cruise America RV or you've already got an RV, if you're doing business, any business from inside of your RV, contact your insurance agent. Do it before you have a claim. Tell them that you're doing some business and find out if you're covered or not, because a lot of policies will exclude you if you are conducting business in your RV. So call and check. So Joyce, I think that's probably a pretty good idea, but I'd be really, really careful. As always, I think, especially on a, older motor coach like that, it might be a good idea to get a third-party, independent, certified inspector to come out and take a look at it before you sign on the dotted line. So we've got pushy salespeople getting ripped off at a dealership, and we've got what do you think about buying a used RV from Cruise America? If you have a situation, if you have a subject that you'd like me to talk about, contact me. You can drop a note in the comments below, or as I said, click the word more. It will open up. You'll see my private email address. And as I did with Joyce and Roy and Chris, I will not give all your information out. Sometimes I say we hide those last names to protect the embarrassed. But I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll be back again tomorrow, and who knows what I'll be talking about. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home.